Israeli-Palestinian war is one of the most talked about and controversial topics in the world today. It has lasted for decades and affects millions of people. Recently, it has gained global attention again because of increased violence and humanitarian concerns. This video will look at the background of the conflict, different viewpoints, and how learning about it changed my perspective. This conflict matters to me because it involves human lives, global politics, and questions about safety and human rights. In October 2023, Hamas attacked Israel, killing many civilians. Israel responded with large-scale military action in Gaza. Since then, thousands of civilians on both sides have been affected, which is why this issue is so important today. The conflict began in the mid-1900s when Israel was created as a Jewish state after World War II. Palestinians also lived on this land and opposed the way it was divided. As a result, many Palestinians were forced to leave their homes. Over time, wars, uprisings, and failed peace talks increased tension. Gaza is now controlled by Hamas, a group that Israel and the United States consider a terrorist organization. Israel limits Gaza's borders for security reasons, while Palestinians say these limits make everyday life extremely difficult. In doing my research with surveys and interviews, I found that although most people were confident in their knowledge of the ongoing war, they lacked information on the origins of this conflict. Media coverage plays a huge role in how people understand this conflict. Some news sources focus on Israel's need to defend itself, while others focus on the suffering of the Palestinian civilians. On social media, emotional images and opinions spread quickly, which can make it hard to know which information is accurate. One of the people I interviewed even admitted to the fact that their knowledge of the war is probably skewed by the media. Different communities see this conflict in very different ways. Many Israelis believe military action is necessary to stop Hamas and protect their citizens. Many Palestinians and their supporters believe Israel's actions hurt innocent civilians who have no control over Hamas. In the United States, people's opinions are often influenced by religion, politics, or personal background. These strong beliefs are why this topic can be so emotional and divisive. Throughout all of the data I collected in my surveys, I found that all of the questions had varying results, and none of them had one common answer. This just further goes to show how divided people truly are on this topic. Before doing research on this topic, most of my opinions that I formed were based on headlines and social media posts. As I learned more, I realized how complicated the situation really is. I no longer see it as being one-sided or completely right or wrong. Instead, I understand that innocent people on both sides are suffering the most. Looking ahead, many people agree that there is no simple solution to this conflict. Some support a two-state solution where Israelis and Palestinians each have their own independent country. Others believe long-term peace will require major changes in leadership, trust, and international involvement. What seems clear to me, though, is that any lasting solution must focus both on protecting civilians, respecting human rights, and reducing violence on both sides. Without cooperation and compromise, the cycle of conflict is likely to continue. The Israeli-Palestinian war shows how history, politics, and media shape conflict around the world. It reminds us why it's so important to look at multiple perspectives and have empathy for civilians affected by war. This issue reflects the challenges our world faces when violence, power, and human rights collide.